only on DAZN. He silenced Britain's best, Usyk, the Brit breaker, but now the dynamite is ready to explode. One night, one shot at Undisputed. Usyk versus Dubois 2, July 19th. Right now at DAZN.com/boxing.
So come Saturday, we will be a week away from Oleksandr Usyk versus Dubois 2. I, for one, am really looking forward to this fight, as you all know. I've obviously got plans. Hopefully tomorrow, I can hopefully get it recorded, maybe this evening, if not definitely tomorrow, and I'll get my first film study for that fight out. There's going to be plenty of film study coming between now and the weekend, so please stay tuned for that. There's a lot to look forward to in that regard. There's just so much to talk about. There really, truly is. In terms of Oleksandr Usyk, you know, going into this fight, it's a weird one, right? Going into this fight, I still am kind of like, okay, this could go banana pear-shaped real quick, very, very quick. There could be banana skin, it can go pear-shaped, it can do a lot of things. None of them good for Oleksandr Usyk. I had that feeling going into this fight, but that's kind of subsided a bit. And now, it's really weird, since Turkey announced last week that Tyson Fury was looking to come back, well, would be coming back in 2026, he wouldn't be fighting this year, and that he would likely be facing Oleksandr Usyk next year should he decide to come back, which I think is pretty likely he probably will. And I think it was even Tyson Fury tweeted or something about it being April the 18th in Wembley Stadium, wanting a fair crack. I mean, I know, but look, you know what you're dealing with here. It got me kind of more, it almost made me a bit more confident, which is a real weird way, that Oleksandr Usyk probably does get through this fight, because Oleksandr Usyk is probably looking ahead and thinking, trilogy fight with Tyson Fury? There we go, happy days, I beat the guy twice, I can beat him again. Well, I'm here to say that Oleksandr Usyk, over the course of his career, has been nothing short of phenomenal, a phenomenon in many respects. It's very difficult to criticise Oleksandr Usyk because he seldom does things that warrant criticism. I know a lot of people were saying, well, you should have been a bit more critical of him in 2023 because, you know, it takes two to tango with regards to the Fury negotiations breaking down. And for me, I was like, well, not really, because Oleksandr Usyk had the goalpost moved so much in the negotiations, before obviously we even knew who Turkey Usyk was. He had the goalpost moved so much, and in the end it emerged because Tyson Fury's trainer, Sugar Hill Stewart, who was seen with Tyson Fury in, I think, March of 2023, Fury was trying to make it out as though Sugar Hill was here to train him. Even he himself admitted that he was flying back to the US, that he was only in the UK. At the time, he was the trainer of Lawrence Okoli, and he was training him for the David Light fight. So we knew Team Fury never had any intention of going through with a Usyk fight, certainly in the first half of 2023. So for me, it's like, well, yeah, it does take two to tango, but it seems apparent that it is one-sided in terms of who's causing the issues. I'm sure Usyk is digging his heels in on something, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get completely shafted, but when you're willing to compromise so much, I mean, where does it end? And so I find it very difficult to criticise him for that, because what really was there to criticise? And it was a reoccurring thing with Tyson Fury. He's been, you know, negotiate with this, or this is going to happen, or this. Only a couple of months prior, we saw the AJ debacle. So with Tyson Fury trying to negotiate that fight, which, you know, phone call to Chisora, it's done. AJ, you've deadlines, you've this, you've this, you've this, you've this. Crazy. So over the course of his career, again, very seldom, it's very difficult to criticise Oleksandr Usyk, because again, he has conducted himself like a true professional in the truest sense. Having said that, if, and it's an if he gets by Daniel Dubois, for me personally, in an ideal world, I would like him to sail off into the sunset. I would have liked him to sail off into the sunset, because he left, there is literally no stone to turn over now at this stage. At this stage now, he's flipping the stones back around and turning them over again. That's really what he's doing. There's no need for this Dubois rematch. There is no controversy from the first fight. It wasn't as if this was a nip and tuck fight and that was the difference, you know, the low blow, which it was. It's not like it was a nip and tuck fight. Daniel Dubois was getting soundly beaten in that first fight, let's be real, right? I'm going back and watching it. He was soundly beaten. So he's nothing to prove. He's already been undisputed at cruiserweight. He's been undisputed at heavyweight. To say you're a 3-time undisputed, it's nice. To say you're a 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, again, it's nice. It's something else to add on to the legacy, which is already very impressive. But it's not like, you know, it's not like you're going to be rejected from the Hall of Fame because, oh, he's only a 2-time undisputed champion. He's only a one-time heavyweight champion, you know. That's first ballot Hall of Famer. Undisputed cruiserweight champion will probably get your first ballot Hall of Famer, to be honest with you, much less a heavyweight, much less doing it again. So for me, Oleksandr Usyk, there was no need to carry on post Tyson Fury rematch, right? There's no need for the Dubois fight, and there's no need to carry on post Dubois. If he does decide to stay on, okay, fair enough. I would like to see him fight a contemporary, Joseph Parker, Ajay Kabayel. Why? Because both men have earned a crack at a heavyweight title. Kabayel, when he fought Arslanbek Makhmudov, I think many people, myself included, had him as the underdog. Had him as the underdog. Had him as the underdog against Frank Sanchez. Yes, it was a limited Frank Sanchez because he clearly had an injury. Nevertheless, you can only be the guy in front of you. That's what he did. In terms of Zhilei Zhang, well, Joseph Parker beat Zhilei Zhang, but he didn't do it as emphatically as Ajay Kabayel did. So he's earned a crack at a world title, 100%. Joseph Parker beating Deontay Wilder. Context, we didn't know how washed he was at the time. I'll take that into consideration, but he still beat Deontay Wilder. Beat Zhilei Zhang, right? Got up off the canvas twice. Zhang went on to knock out Deontay Wilder in his next fight. The Bacoli debacle, yes, but nevertheless, Joseph Parker was actually meant to be fighting for a world title, which he should have got a world title shot. Dubois pulled out with an illness, 100% believe the illness, no issues there. But you see what I mean. These two have earned world title shots. If Oleksandr Usyk sidesteps both of them to give Tyson Fury a world title shot like that, I will not be so complimentary of Oleksandr Usyk for doing that, because for me that's a simple case of you want the money. That's where the money is coming in, as opposed to the legacy. Because the legacy at this stage, to make your run a heavyweight something, it would not be recycling the people you've beaten. You fought AJ twice, I get it, you had a rematch clause, you have two-way rematch. More fool for you for signing it because you were mandatory, so you didn't need to. Maybe that's one thing you can criticise Usyk for in that regard, fair enough. But you signed it, you fought him again. Then you fought Dubois, who was your mandatory, you had to fight him, fair enough, and he was a new opponent, so alright, go on, have that. Then you fight Fury Undisputed, it's a rematch, so I get it. Contractually obliged, fair enough. Now you're rehashing Dubois again? And if you beat Dubois, you could potentially be rehashing Fury again? Really? So in your last, 7 fights at heavyweight, it's just been the same guys, the same three opponents. One of them you fought 3 times, 2 of them you fought twice. You can't be doing that, mate. Nah, man. And doubly more frustrating, given the fact that if Tyson Fury is able to lose twice to Oleksandr Usyk, spend a year out of the ring, and is able to just go, I'm back, give me a title shot. What is the point in fighters like Joseph Parker, like an Ajay Kabayel, going and busting their asses, fighting eliminators, fighting, again, understand in context, they probably weren't 50-50 fights, certainly not the Frank Sanchez fight because he was clearly injured, but on the surface, without knowing that, these guys were taking tough fights. Some of them they would have been the underdog in, and they came out on top. What's the point in doing that if you're still going to have to wait for your crack and someone can retire and then say, oh, you see where I retired? I'm back. Where's my title shot? Yes, how have you earned that title shot? How have I earned it? Yeah, that's how I earned it. And that's literally what it's like. So I hope Oleksandr Usyk, if he does beat Daniel Dubois, he sails off into the sunset. For the love of God, I don't want to see him giving Tyson Fury a shot. And it's not because I hate Tyson Fury or anything like that. I believe that you need to earn your shot. Fury has not earned his shot, nor has Anthony Joshua if he was to get a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. They haven't done it. Parker has. Kabayel has. Could even maybe argue F.A. Ajagba has, because I felt for my money he beat Martin Bacoli. But they're doing stuff. They're actually... I wouldn't have as much of an issue with Usyk versus Fury, a trilogy fight, if Tyson Fury announced, okay, I'm coming back, but I'm going to take on an F.A. Ajagba. I'm going to take on an Ajay Kabayel. And if he beat them, then I'd say, okay, I've got no, genuinely, fair enough. I've got a bit more, okay, you like to stand on now. You can, okay, he's beaten Ajay Kabayel, so okay, he was interim champion to the WBC, fair enough, you know, I mean, I can't really argue with that. If he did that, yeah, go for it, no issue. But to just, and for Usyk to allow that? No. That can't be happening. That can't be happening. I hope it doesn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope, as always, you enjoyed the video, people. If you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. Until next time, peace.